Hello, everybody. This is Dollar Present 20. I'm here with AllieRX, and we're going to talk about more kaiju stuff that's going to come out pretty soon. How are you doing, Ellie?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm really, really great. Like, the amount of news that we gotten so far with this kaiju tokusatsu genre has been crazy for the last few months. And of course, we want to share it with you guys and, of course, spark conversation about the new announcements. So, the first bit of announcements that we're going to talk about is obviously Kamen Rider. What's so funny about this whole entire announcement from Kamen Rider is that Shout Factory, to my knowledge, have not officially announced that they acquired Kamen Rider. But just the other day, there were some people who went to Tubi.com. It's like a site with like a lot of movies or whatever, and they found out that Shout Factory had the rights because it had like the Shout Factory TV logo near Kamen Rider. And of course, like all the episodes were like listed, but they were taken down because I guess it was not formal, whatever. And so they're gonna reinstate the episodes on like what was it, March the 17th?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
uh, Yeah, so this whole rumor kind of started off this whole thing started off with uh a Twitter account called Team Writer at Team Writer US. And back in January they said that they said I quote hashtag Team Writer visiting our new friends at Shout Factory. That kind of started the whole rumor that Shout Factory was going to release Kamen Rider on DVD and Blu-ray, kind of like what they did with Sentai. And it's been only a rumor up until this point. And then from out of nowhere, the rumor kind of died down in February. And then on last this past week, um, Tubi TV quietly released the original 1971 series on their streaming service or their free streaming app. By the way, yeah, Tubi is a free streaming app if you don't know. It's a really good app, by the way. It has a lot of classic shows. But yeah, Kamen Rider was on Tubi TV, and then what someone on Twitter said that that this was not supposed to happen, and then that they accidentally released it too early, and it turned out to be true. So they pulled the episodes from the site, but the page is still there. And then Tubi sent a message to somebody saying that the show was gonna appear again on March 17th, officially on March
Like
17th.
what kind of shows do they have besides just, of course, Kamen Rider?
Tubi TV has like all the Shout Factory shows that were released on DVD, including the Sensei shows, as well as like classic movies, classic shows, classic anime. You
Oh,
can go there, and there's a whole bunch of content. It's basically like diet Netflix but free. You know.
okay, okay. It's kind of interesting because I think prior to this whole entire announcement, like there have been people just begging, and I mean begging for Kamen Rider to come to like United States or whatever. And also, I think the only kind of service that had like Kamen Rider episodes was Amazon, but it was not the classic ones, but it was rather like the newer ones, right?
Right. This wasn't the first time Kamen Rider has been released in the U.S. There was Kamen Rider V3 on DVD that was released back in the 2000s. It was released by JN Productions under the Generation Kikaida banner. You can look it up on generationkikaida.com. It's still available on DVD. That said, it's
It's
very
like super expensive though.
yeah, it's like
$150 the last time I checked.
over 100, well over 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was also media, and in 2007, Media Blasters released Kamen Rider the First, which was a movie remake of the original Kamen Rider released back in 2005 in Japan. They subbed it and they called it Mask Rider the First, and
Huh.
and then there of course there was the two Rider adaptations, Saban's Mask Rider and Dragon Knight, but I guess those don't count much. And and then there was Amazon Riders on Amazon Prime. And that's pretty much it so far.
Yeah, because I think the hopes and dreams for many people who are a fan of this show is that if it's successful on streaming, like on that site, then there might be potential like DVDs or Blu-ray sets that are going to come out from this.
I certainly hope so. I mean, it worked with Super Sentai. people bought Jew Ranger, and then they kept releasing more Dire Ranger, Kaku Ranger, and then up until Time Ranger and Jetman, and then Gal Ranger and Hurricane Ranger. They've released like what 13 of them so far. I lost count. And then after the Shout Act, after Hasbro acquired Power Rangers, then since 2019 they haven't released anything. It's the series has been on hold so far, and I think releasing Kamen Rider in the middle of this hold is a great way to hold fans back. Once.
Right. And for the next bit of news that we have is, of course, this Godzilla Monopoly game. This was announced by Hasbro, and it's gonna come out this spring for about like $39.99. Any thoughts about this this game?
Do not pass Tokyo. Do not destroy 2,000 buildings.
It's kind of funny because just the other day I just posted my Godzilla collection on Twitter, and the only stuff that I have is just the movies and maybe some magazines and also that mask for Godzilla. But I don't really have much like action figures like most people or anything, so I think it might be a cool addition to my collection because I like Monopoly, I like Godzilla, so it's like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, it would be a really fun game to play. I just gotta get some people to play with
I
me.
wonder if it's like if since this like a Godzilla based game, like does that mean that you have to pay for the destruction or something like that? Like
Oh my god, that was so ridiculous.
oh, like yeah, the Japanese government had to pay for like millions and millions of dollars of destruction because all the fights that he has.
Yeah.
So I wonder if the whole entire Steam is to pay for like the destruction of what he does or
And
something.
there's even a go to jail part on the Monopoly board. They have it there too. Like, what was that Godzilla gonna go to jail for? How are you gonna fit him inside the jail?
Oh my god! Wait, what about like it was like I don't know, some person that tried to attack the Japanese military, or I don't know.
I
Like how are you
can't
gonna
wait to
pull what
play
out?
this. This is gonna be so ridiculous yet so fun.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be so ridiculous, man.
Oh.
So the next bit of news, of course, is King Kong. King Kong will be re-released into theaters tomorrow for one day. Everyone should use their best judgment in regards to attending a screening. However, if you feel it's safe to go, then seeing the classic on the big screen is an experience that a kaiju fan will likely never forget. So, I'm not gonna go for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I would love to see the original King Kong in a big theatrical screen, big theater screen. Uh, like just to get the experience that people had back with the situation right now. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I am not gonna go right now. Like, if it was like next year, if everything calms down for next year, sure. But not right now
Maybe in the
because,
summer.
yeah. Yeah, of course, of course, of course. The next bit of announcement that we have is a double feature from Mill Creek Entertainment. The two movies in this double feature are the Toho movies called Battle in Outer Space and also The H-Man. By any chance, have you seen these movies?
No, these are kind of unknown to me. These are kind of
Like Battle in Outer Space is a sequel, kind of like a sequel to that movie called The Mysterians from 1956. Wait, no, 57. Have you heard about The Mysterians?
no, to be honest.
Okay, so The Mysterians is like, you know how those evil aliens tried to like conquer the whole entire planet? It's like the Japanese equivalent of that.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of like that, but like for the case for Battle in Outer Space, what happens is that a group of people just try to go to like what was it, some different planet. They try to find like the aliens. They fight against the aliens. Then they return back to their planet, and then of course the aliens attack the Earth. So it's kind of like those kind of movies, basically, but
I
the
see.
Japanese equivalent of that.
I see.
And also for like the H Man, it's kind of I'm trying to remember what that plot for that movie was. Like it's been like a long time since I've seen it. It was like first released into like this DVD set by Sony Pictures that had like Mothra with it, but The Asian Man, it was like released back in 1958, and it was directed by Shiro Honda. Both movies are directed by Shiro Honda. And I think the plot for that movie was that oh crap, I forgot. It was I remember it was like something to do with like a jazz club or something.
Ah,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
But anyway, it's like they're both really good movies, and of course like it's pretty cool that they're gonna release it because like that means that potential more like tokusatsu movies from Toho Studios might get released here. So, but let's go to the next bit of news. The next bit of news is that Media Blasters have announced a new Def Kappa 10th Anniversary Edition Blu-ray and DVD. The new edition, titled the 10th Anniversary Attack, will include 90 minutes of bonus material. Both the Blu-ray and DVD will release on April the 14th for $19.99 each. Have you heard about this movie?
No, but when I think of Kappa, I think of the Twitch icon.
Yeah, I never heard about this movie, so I have no comments about this release, but if it's more tokusatsu, more kaiju, I guess that's always a good thing, right?
Right.
All right, the next announcement is introducing a new kaiju comedy from introducing a new kaiju comedy titled Street Monster Gourmet's Monster Seafood Wars. The basic plot includes a commemorative sushi meal mutating into a kaiju that's threatening to destroy Tokyo. The film will be released in Japan on May the 23rd.
Oh my god, I gotta see that movie. It's probably gonna be hilarious.
I'm pretty sure. Like, I never heard about this until now, so again, no comment about this movie for me. Let's see. The final news that we're gonna talk about is, of course, Gamera. 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 Oh, before we talk about this whole announcement for Gamera, like, which one is like your favorite of all the movies so far?
That's a tough one to pick, to be honest. Camera. I'm trying to think.
Like, I always think my favorite one so far has been like the ones from the 90s.
Ah,
Those like the best ones to me. Like, especially Gamera 3. But
yeah.
as far as the best early movie that I've seen so far, like, I think the best early movies so far have been like the first one, because it's like really serious. But of course, like the subsequent sequels are like,
Oh,
sillier.
the original Gamera was a lot like the 1954 Godzilla. It's really dark.
Tyler, are you reading the chat? Of course I am. The H Man is like the blob. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, of course, of course, of course. Let's see. Godzilla buying real estate instead of crushing it. I'm so confused. Let's see. I think I saw the proof of the concept for the Sifu movie years ago. Really. I was surprised about the amount of gore in Gamera 3.
Oh,
In general,
those movies
Gamera has
are pretty
always been
violent.
gory, so.
Yeah, they're pretty violent for a kaiju movie.
Anyway, let's talk about this box set. Okay. This box set includes the limited edition collector's edition packaging housed by a large format box, fully illustrated by Matt Frank. All 12 uncut original Japanese versions of the films in high definition and Japanese and English audio. 4K restorations of the critically acclaimed Heisei trilogy, which includes, of course, Gamera, the Guardian of the Universe, Gamera 2, the Attack of the Legion, and Gamera 3, The Revenge of Iris. Hours of new and archive bonus features, expert commentaries including, of course, like Steve Rifle as Gorskowski, interviews with cast and crew, and the worldwide premiere of Gamera the, not Gamera, sorry, Gamera the Invincible.
Gamera, double M.
Yeah, the American theatrical version of the first film. A hardback 120-page comic book. Wow, that's pretty cool. And also the first time ever an English language printing of the prequel comic The Last Hope by Matt Frank. Let's see. A perfect bound 80-page book including a new retrospect on the series, Kaiju X-ray illustrations. So this whole entire set is just going all out.
Wow, that
This is
thing is
a,
amazing. 179 bucks.
it's like it was like two books, not just one book, two books. It was
Wow,
like it was a comic book, and of course like the synopsis, and also the X-rays.
man, that's gonna be one hell of a purchase, man.
It's like it's gonna be like the two books. It's gonna be like audio commentary for all films, the Japanese versions, the English versions, then all those bonus features. Wow,
Oh man.
it's gonna be so expensive though. It's but I'm gonna buy it anyway because it's like it's probably like the best release I've seen so far for Gamera from what I've seen from the speculations.
It's gonna come out in the summer, so I have plenty of time to save for that. That's gonna be great.
But getting back to like the comment about, of course, how Gamera Street was pretty bloody. Well, I think it's like the same thing for most of the movies because like, let's see, let's go back a little while. Let's see, for Gamera versus Gaios, I remember there was like a shot where like he gets shot in the neck, or not neck, but like the arm, and then the blood started coming out. And of course, there was this one part I remember. He went to like Gaios' feet and just tore off his foot. And then it was like this. It was this one movie. It was like Giron, I believe. That knife monster, whatever. What happened was that like there was like the two kids. They went to the planet. There was of course Gaios. Then of course Gaios fired a laser towards like that knife monster. Then the laser deflected back to his foot and it cut off his foot. And then of course like the knife monster started to what was it, Gaios into pieces. It was like crazy violent for those movies for kids. Crazy violent.
That's crazy. That's what makes them great.
It was so crazy. It's like, and then I remember there was this one movie. It was what was it? Gamma versus Virus. There was this one scene I remember. It was like that giant monster trying to transform, and for that transformation to happen, that monster just cut off all the servants' heads off, and then turned to the monsters. It was so violent.
That is epic.
Oh, let me look at the comments. And also, Gamma versus Sugar had the real life footage of the parasites in the elephant's trunk. Oh, oh, I remember that. That was disgust. Oh no, that was disgusting. That was really gross. Let's see, what else? But in the Gamera movies, it was the monsters getting dismembered. Gamera Street had the lady's face getting mummified and gross. Okay. But yeah, that's all the news that we have for today. So, any final thoughts before we sign out?
I can't wait to see more Kamen Rider releases from Shout Factory. Man, if they release Kamen Rider Black, I'm gonna be crying. Oh my god, that's just my favorite of all time.
And when was that
Best of
release?
all time. Kamen Rider Black,
Yes,
all the way back in 1987.
87. Okay.
That's the the year I was born.
Oh, okay. This shows how much I knew about like I only knew about like what was the first one and also the new one on Amazon and also like V Street. That's
It's gonna be so good. I can't
okay.
wait.
All right, right. My final thoughts about this is that I'm also can't wait to see the original Kamen Rider. I'm also can't wait to get that Gamera box set. Of course, Godzilla Monopoly looks fantastic, and all this news has been fantastic. And so I hope they keep dishing out the kaiju for us. Oh man, but that's all we have for right now. And of course, until next time, be safe. Always wash your hands, and and we'll see you next stream. Bye bye, everybody.
Yeah.